Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Grade 12 pupils will have to wait anxiously until February 15th next year to hear whether Umalusi will declare the Matric exams free and fair. Now, this will be preceded by reports on the investigations into the leaked Maths Paper 2 and Physical Science Paper 2, which will be presented by senior officials at the Basic Education Department to exam qualifier assurers. Last Friday, the Pretoria High Court Judge Norman Davis set aside the department's directive for a rewrite of the two papers after ruling it was irregular and unlawful. Now, joining me to discuss this issue is Matakanye, General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies. A very good morning to you and thank you for your time. It's certainly going to be a long wait for the Matric class of 2020. What do you make of the latest deliberations?
Good morning, Paul, and good morning to all the newsroom listeners. I don't think it's going to be long. If you remember well, Paul, that our children are supposed to have written on the 15th and the 17th, but part of the state corrected one of the State Department. Justice said, the DBE, you are wrong. Use other methods to mark. And we accepted the ruling, and we knew that now the cloud that hanged over the heads of our children has been removed. So we are expecting results at the end of the year. If then the Department of Education did not prepare, they did not know their work, that is normal, the problem of our children, the problem of our parents. So they have to sort it out and give results to our children next year.
I say it's a long wait, and I note that you say it will no longer be the problem of the children or the parents, but the grade 12s need to be at university, beginning their new lives at Technikon, higher learning institutions. Are there no concerns around that aspect?
No. As per planned, you'll remember that the results will be out towards the end of January. And we thought by the department doing that, they would have known that they have made arrangement of it with the higher education, so that when the results are out, then our children are able to go to university, to go to college, to go to wherever they applied for, and that's it. And hence, we thought this question of rewriting will have been done on the 15th because they were closing schools on the 15th preparations for the results next year. So we thought that then they would complete on the 17th because they're supposed to have completed on the 15th. So they're still on course. There's no problem, I don't think so. As long as they go and mark and use those methods that the court has directed them to use to ensure that now the results of our children are out by that time.
There are also question marks hanging on whether or not Umalusi will certify the results of these papers. Is that a matter of concern for you?
If you remember well, Mpho, we supported the department because Umalusi raised the question of credibility, question of validity, and all those things, you know. And on the basis of that, we supported Umalusi and the Department of Education that now our children must rewrite. But however, then the society was divided. Then part of the society took them to court. And they only find that now at court, the Department of Education and Umalusi as well were one team. You know, they did not give court clear answers to say, these are the reasons for the why our children are going to write. Then they failed in court. So it is in that line that it really is, it's no more here, no more there in terms of our children, in terms of our parents. We want that as per court ruling.
And what do you imagine to be the big loopholes in this matter as we wait until February?
Well, when we supported the Department of Education, it was on the basis of Umalusi, because you remember that Umalusi is the only body that quality assure the result. So when Umalusi was saying, due to the fact that now these two papers have leaked, we are not going to accredit this result. And it was based on that because they put three things. One of them, credibility, one of them, validity, and etc. and fairness. So based on that, we supported them. But, well, they failed in court. And if court said, no, there's nothing wrong, let the children go and don't let the children not write anymore. So the worry that we had when we supported Umalusi was the question of those three principles. No, but now the court did not see anything wrong in those three principles. Hence, we are saying we are expecting the results to be out.
And we also learned that government printers were now identified as a second source of matric exam paper leaks. I mean, looking at the year that was, the 2020 unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic was a huge factor when it came to matric sitting down and studying for this year, and also now having to deal with the leak and the delays. What do you believe are some of the really important lessons and perhaps some solutions when it comes to ensuring the safety and security of exam papers?
We are saying to the Department of Education, do not trust anybody. Make sure that you vet everybody when it goes to the question of exams. I mean, you know that the advent of democracy, 1994, 1995, 96, you had this problem of leakage, but you were able to grow up and know how to deal with it. So I don't know what made you to forget, particularly that the Department of Education knew that when the school supposed to have been reopened, I believe, on the 1st of June this year, the society was divided. There were those who were saying, no more schooling. You will only open schools next year when there is no more this pandemic. You'll open the school next year. But they were proven wrong, because you see now, because the belief was that this pandemic only thrives in winter. But here we are, the lockdown is threatening, the beaches are being closed, and it's hot. It's December now. The beaches are hot. I mean, the beaches. I mean, it is December. It is hot now. Why the government is closed? Because there is research. So we do not know the characteristics of this pandemic. But then that time, the society that said schools must reopen. Then remember, schools reopened on the 8th of June. And I don't know why the department relaxed based on that, knowing that now there were some people who were saying schools must close down, and then hence, then we don't know that those people who leaked these papers were just trying to destroy the future of our children. And it is true. We are happy then now. The department, the justice has said, no, the future of our children will never be destroyed. Then it has been accepted.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.